Hello, this is Read, Rant, Repeat, the show where we meet to discuss, dissect, and theorize about the current reads of the Bookmark Besties Book Club. I'm your host, Megan, and for this week's book club meeting, my co-host Arian and I are discussing chapters 9 through 15 of Bride by Ali Hazelwood. If you're not up to speed yet, to avoid spoilers, check out our recent episodes to read along and join the discussion. We also talk about our fictional red flag exes and book boyfriends that are too overhyped to be cute anymore. So let's get into it. Welcome to the club.
Oh, do you want to see my thing I got?
Yes.
I stopped to put it up. Hold on. I get stuff for free from Amazon.
Is it
now.
one? Nice.
Review?
Is it one of those like light things?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to be so jealous. Oh my God, it's so cute. I love it. I was thinking about getting one of those custom ones and getting like Read, Rant, Repeat on it for my space, but I'm going to have to move my space here in a couple weeks. So I think I might just redecorate it. But all I got, all the fun stuff.
Okay.
Potion to make you fall in love.
Dollar spot?
Yeah, to make you fall in love with me.
Yeah.
It just makes me think of the poison for Cusco, actually.
Cusco's poison.
Poison.
Poison for Cusco.
All right.
All right. Okay. So we're reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and we were supposed to read 8 through 15 this week. But before we get to that, I have some fun questions.
All right.
Okay, so what book or character would absolutely fail in a group project?
Oh, geez. Okay, I've been seeing a lot about this book lately, so maybe it's top of mind. But you haven't read Quicksilver, Carrie and Swift in Quicksilver. I think if you read part of it and DNF'd it, you probably met him. But I promise,
Yes,
I promise he's like better later on. But he's very much like a slacker and like will take credit for someone else's work. So yeah, he would be somebody, he would be the class clown that would be fun to have, but would definitely not pull his weight.
okay. Let's see. What's a hill you're willing to die on that no one agrees with?
I think that I will always have a special place in my heart for ACOTAR and for Sarah J. Maas because they are the books that got me back into reading after so long. But I think my hot take or hill I'm willing to die on is that she's somehow the pinnacle of like fantasy writers. And she's not like my hill that I'm willing to die on is that she's good, but she is by no means the greatest. And there's so many other authors out there that just didn't like that just don't have the hype that she does that are so much better. And Eternal Love.
They deserve their
yes.
Yeah.
For Sarah J. Maas and her series are really good, but I will stand on my hill and defend that she's not the best and does not even write the best like female characters. So there we go.
Yeah. There's so many who deserve their kudos or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And she writes really great, like strong female characters, but I just think that she's overhyped. I'll say it.
What is your toxic trait as a reader?
I don't ever DNF things that I probably should.
I would DNF a book.
Yep.
Like
on
if your writing just seems off, I'm done. Yeah. Honestly, that's how it was. I pushed myself to read Forest Wing, but the writing, the cadence of the voices, just I couldn't get into them.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this like the premise sounds amazing, but if the voice in my head is just like I can't listen to you talk.
That's so true. Can I say something about Fourth Wing? It's like almost a DNF for me. But again, I can't not finish it. I bought Onyx Storm. I have it. It's on my TBR to be read. But the first book I really enjoyed. There were some things that I was like, it's kind of juvenile, but whatever. I enjoyed it. The second book, I was like, I felt like the writing just was so much more rushed. I feel like she was probably like just trying to make a deadline. I don't know, but it didn't feel the same. And then the third book, here's what I'm trying to say is that I am not looking forward to reading the third book, but because my toxic trait is that I can't DNF, I'm gonna have to read it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not looking forward to it.
My next question. Which fictional character would be your red flag ex?
Is it that the character's a red flag? Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
and they're your ex. It could even be someone that's like, a main character of a book, but like there's just some things that you don't vibe with that you unfortunately have to break up with them.
Uh yeah, so the first thing that popped into my mind was Man in Blackbeak from Throne of Glass. Or
Oh,
sorry, Manon. Because I was like, she's obviously like she's the character that like carries that entire series. And so I don't know, she was the first one that popped into my head. Very red flag. Probably wouldn't make it long term, but I'd date her. She's hot. Like, let's be real.
okay. If you could make one book trend disappear forever, what would it be?
Book trend. Hmm. Okay, I think the one thing that sometimes gets me is when a slow burn is so slow. I'm like, can we skip to the good part? I love tension, but if the tension goes longer than like three-quarters of the way through the book, I'm like, can we move it along, please? So maybe it would be like a really long slow burn I would get rid of.
Yeah, really long slow burn or like an insta love that's just a little too
Yeah, I think
like
it's an art of like the right balance. And obviously that's a preference. Some people love the burn that takes like several books, but that's not me. I'm like, we get it. Can we move along to the part where you guys inevitably bang?
oh yeah. Let's see. What fictional world do you think you'd immediately die in?
Die? Okay, I thought I haven't read this series obviously, but I've seen the show. But my first thought was Game of Thrones. That's like what popped in my
Yeah,
head first. And I
same.
was like, okay, no. I would die in the first episode. Like,
Okay, I just have a few more. Would you rather be stuck in your least favorite book or have your least favorite character move in with you?
okay, well, I it stands out so like starkly in my mind because it's like one of the only books I'm like, man, I should have DNF'd that. And so To Kill a Shadow, no shade, I'm sure people love it, but it was not for me. But that was like the first book that popped into my head as far as like the world. Have you read that book? Okay. Basically, if I'm remembering, it's a book where the sun has disappeared for some reason, and they are in like an endless night, and they're on some quest to figure out why. But that would be the world, the character, my least favorite character. Who is my least favorite character? It would probably be somebody just super annoying. So I think that no matter who it was, I would probably rather live in my least favorite world because even though like the book itself I was not a fan of, like the world could be conceptually interesting, right? I don't go outside in the sun very much anyways, so I think Eternal Night would be fine.
Last one. Who's the most overrated book boyfriend of all time?
Obviously, we see a lot from Sarah J. Maas. I would say, okay, no, I roll my eyes at it every time it comes across my feed. Dorian from Throne of Glass, he's fine, but nothing about him really made me like, ooh, this guy. But some people are like, I can't believe she ended up with Rowan when Dorian, big hands, whatever his last name is right there. And I was like, I don't see it, but okay. So maybe it's that one. I roll my eyes whenever he comes across my
Just
feed.
kidding. All right. So let's get into our reading now.
Wait, what's your overrated book boyfriend?
So we overrated book boyfriend. Immediately I just think refans or whatever.
Yeah.
But also like I feel like that's an easy option. So if I had to really think about, I think any of the ones I just see all the time on Book Talk, like you guys have just talked about them too much that I just
Yeah.
it's like flooding
They get
it.
overhyped. My problem with Resand is not that he's not a great book boyfriend, because unfortunately for me, he's kind of perfect. I think it is just that he's overhyped. Like it's the basic answer. It's the basic bitch answer.
Yeah. Okay, so we did chapters 8 through 15.
Yes.
So Anna just was kidnapped, like almost kidnapped. And then now chapter 8 starts with them interrogating Max.
Right. Yep. Which took
Yeah.
quite a twist. Like right away, I didn't expect it necessarily to go that way. So,
Yeah. So,
well, right away, I thought that, yeah, I didn't expect it to be that they were like they were trying to set up Max. So
yeah.
I thought that, when we ended last time, that all of the wares that were jumping out to like ambush Max and Anna, we figured that they were the pack of wares, not like this Loyals group, but didn't expect that it
Yeah.
was like they were ambushing Max and they were using Anna as bait. So that was a nice little twist right at the beginning. What about you?
Which she points out, like, nice letting your kid sister be bait.
I know. That was my first thought. I would have said the same thing. Like, oh, we're just using kids as bait now?
Yeah. Okay, so we got to that, and then we kind of like, she does her little like thing to like mesmer him or whatever.
Yep.
And then they kind of have a moment of talking. Misery loves peanut butter,
I literally wrote
and
down,
then
so
he's gonna help.
as I'm going, I have to take notes, right, to keep things straight. And I literally wrote down, did I miss something with the peanut butter question mark? Because at first she's like talking to us, the reader, as if we are in on some secret. And I was like, wait a minute, did I miss something? And then she says later the reason why she's like noticing the peanut butter. I literally wrote, oh, LOL. Once I got to that part, I was like, oh, I get it.
Sometimes the way the writing is like it kind of throws me off because there's always like it's like her stream of conscious,
Yeah.
and I like sometimes it can just throw me off, and
Yeah.
like I like hearing her little thoughts and stuff because they're funny, but also at the same time I'm like,
Sometimes it can be confusing, because that was the first time I was like, hang on, she's making these like inferences as though we know what she's talking about. And I was like, I miss something? But yes, I also love peanut butter.
yes, so good. And then I think it's clearly obvious that he likes her
Oh
and is
yeah.
affected by her.
Yeah. My suspicion has been, I think at this point, I think it's obvious that she thinks that he's bothered by her smell because it's bad. And obviously, we understand that she's just ignorant to the fact that he's trying not to jump her bones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. He's very intrigued. So this thrall, one thing that I'm finding interesting about um Allie Hazelwood is, at least for this series, I don't know if it's in her other series, but considering the premise of her other series have to also do with like science and stuff, the way that she's scientifically explaining the existence of these different species and their abilities, I think is very interesting. So she was describing the thrall that the vampires can do. She's explaining it from like a scientific or biological perspective. I found it very interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see more of that.
Prediction that will be one, like if there's more sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
So then now like he's trusting her and he's gonna let her help with stuff.
Yeah.
And then
well,
he's gonna mark her on the plane.
Uh-huh. Well, before that, they had quite the little heart to heart on the roof. I thought that was cute. And
that he's insomnia and not pneumonia.
Yeah, and we get like just kind of more information. They were able to both be pretty vulnerable about their past. It cleared some stuff up, I think, on how he became the alpha and some of the wear customs or things that they do, which is nice. Was that chapter 13? Because I just wrote that I loved chapter 13. That might have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just put all of chapter 13 love. I think I just liked that they love.
Love.
I liked the heart to heart in there. And then yes, the absolute sexual tension of him marking her on the plane.
I loved that.
Yeah, me too.
You should have my
I was like, okay, buckle up.
And then we got to meet Emery.
Yes. That was surprising for me. Obviously, like it was surprising for Misery as she made note of how different Emery was than she expected. But it was just surprising that she was just this very like Southern hospitality mother all put together and cute. What do you think? Do you have anything noted for the bombshell that we learn about Anna?
Oh, yes. That she's like a half and half.
Yes.
Or
Yeah. Well, and that also that Serena was looking for her.
Mhm.
That I wrote down, I was like,
Then why
okay.
did she disappear?
So I don't think they stated this. So this would probably, I think, be more of a theory or like a prediction than fact right now. But so we learned kind of the bombshell that L.E. Moreland, which was what was written in Serena's planner on the day that she disappeared, stands for Liliana Esther Moreland and not for Lo, which is obviously the little girl. So we're like, okay, so why is Serena referencing Anna? And so my theory is that is she somehow working with the Loyals? Because was she looking for Anna? Like we know that they were like through Max, right? That they were trying to kidnap Anna to use her. Well, we assume to use her against Lo.
Yeah.
Although I think it might be more of like, is her secret out? And they're trying to get her for the fact that she's half human and I don't know, experiment on her or something. That's kind of dark. I don't know if she goes that dark in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we assume that she was like trying to find information on her or write a story or something like that. But my thought is maybe she's working with the Loyals and there's some like maybe she was involved in somehow in like a plot to try to kidnap Anna as Max was also involved in that. So
Yeah.
who knows? Guess we'll find out. But that was quite the revelation.
Yes.
Do you think we'll find out who Anna's father is at any point? Do you think that's important to the story?
Maybe. Well, who? I don't know. Maybe because they would have just had to have been a human, right?
Yeah, yeah, because they said that Anna and everybody else except for Lo and like a couple of his seconds believe that one of Roscoe's seconds, right, was her father. Like they obviously don't know that she's half human and they believe that the person that their mom was with sired her. So it mentioned that nobody like really knows who the human father is other than it's somebody that their mom met while she was on patrol, I think.
Yeah.
So I think the human
I could
doesn't
just see
even
it
know
not.
that he's
Yeah, and I don't know if it would be anyone important.
yeah. That's why I'm
You
like, I
know,
don't know if it really matters who her father is. I just was curious if you thought that it would.
because I don't know if they would really make like such a tangled web. You know what I mean? Because I mean, how many chapters do we have left?
Yeah.
Look.
We're about halfway through the book, right?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know. I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we would have maybe had little tidbits of other things if there was like that being another, you know what I mean? Like the way it's panning out, it almost just seems like it's focused on them and Serena.
Right. Yeah.
Like
It doesn't seem like it's that deep.
yeah.
Good call. Let's see. What else? What other thoughts did you have? Oh, I wrote my wife in quotes. I love a my wife. They just did that.
Well, it's just I feel like this is very much like a miscommunication type of thing because like I mean, I know that obviously Misery is his mate.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling. And so I'm just like, how about you just tell her?
Yeah.
How about you just tell her?
It was very interesting his take on it. Like he's trying to keep this big secret from her. And
Tell her.
and is she just dumb? Like
That's or like if she is like not good at like knowing those. I mean, if she's never really been with anybody, it's understandable why she would kind of miss things like that.
true.
But also like tell her.
Yeah.
Tell her.
He's being so cryptic.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I wrote down just the apologize to my wife on page 110. I was like, ooh, I love my wife.
And I love their cute moment that they had together.
Yep. I'm trying to see if I had any other cute little note. Yeah, no, just that I think it's really I mean, it's very obvious. And we as the reader know that like the whole time he's talking about the biology of mates and like explaining that to Misery, that he's talking about her, but she's understanding it as this other girl that was sent to the human territory. And so that's why I'm kind of like, come on, girl, like you're smarter than that.
Well, literally, but
I'm curious though, because it's just everything that is the biology of, because like I said, she takes a very scientific approach to this. And so everything that is the biology of the mate attraction, Misery is saying, well, or I guess maybe she's like not even considering it could be her because she doesn't feel that, but I'm curious like how that will play out or how it will
yeah.
be
I mean, she's
explained how
obviously,
she's going to experience that.
well, because she definitely like now starting to feel some things for him the closer we get to like the middle of this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and like she's like his blood smells super good, but I'm like, is it more than it normally would be for her? Like, it's hard to tell at this point, I think.
Well, I think she said that like it's not really any like not something she ever like noticed before. You know, like when they're talking about blood, they're just like it's just like it all tastes the same.
Yeah.
Because remember the kid was asking if she likes you like or
Oh,
and she's
yeah.
just like
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, maybe she is like noticing it a little bit more. She hasn't tasted his blood yet, and I'm waiting for the I love a bite me trope. I love it.
"Mm,
So I'm waiting for that.
here for
That's
it.
why I'm a huge vampire fan, is I'm waiting for the when she like she's starved or whatever and she inevitably has to feed on him and then she can't control herself from there. I'm waiting for that moment. All right. What else?
I don't feel like I feel like there's been a lot that's happened and we're kind of like on the cusp of things happening. You know what I mean?
Mm,
We found out that she can't eat food, just she just likes the peanut butter. They're helping each other out. It's not like he's the one who like was talking to Serena, found out about this sister, and like I feel like we're all just like little bits of things that we're finding out.
yeah.
And then like I feel like shit's gonna happen in the next chapters that we read.
Okay, yep. So predictions then for the next section. What do you think we might uncover? Because they are right at oh no, they've just met with Emery and her pack. They've spent their first night there, and I assume the diplomatic stuff's gonna happen the next day. So we're kind of just hopping right into that meeting with Emery, find out what's going on there. So yeah, I think we're kind of in the beginning of some shit going down. So what do you think? What do you predict for this next section?
I feel like we're gonna find out. I don't feel like anything too crazy is gonna happen while they're there,
Okay.
honestly. Because I feel like they have to be diplomatic. You know what I mean? Like it's all about like how they play things out and being careful and stuff. So I don't know if they would actually like if anything crazy would happen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, even though like Lo is trying to be since he's trying to be the diplomat instead of like Roscoe was very violent, you think it's gonna go that way?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be chill. I mean, there's shit happening, but I feel like they're doing it very like,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you think she's in any danger being there? Because that was Lo's concern taking her was that she was gonna get hurt or something.
I don't think so. I feel like with so many attempts on her life, she's probably well suited to this life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like it won't bug her, I don't think. But do you think that's something like nobody's gonna try to hurt her since she's marked now by the alpha?
I think so.
Okay.
At least not yet.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get any answers about Serena this time around?
No, I feel like we're not very close on anything. We just know that he's letting her help with stuff. And
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to need a little more like bits and clues or something.
Yeah, true. Because yeah, we're gonna do through I think chapter 24 on this next one, I think, if that's right. So, all right. Well, okay, so we're gonna get some information about the loyals clearly in this next section. And then I assume they're gonna like fly home. Do you think the tension's gonna break in this next section? Or they're gonna make us wait longer?
They're going to make us wait longer. I feel Lo is really like good at containing himself.
You think so?
And Misery still clueless though.
Okay, I'll take that bet. I bet that it's gonna happen in this next section.
Okay, we'll see. Next time on Rant Repeat, we'll be continuing the discussion on Night in the Moth and covering chapters 16 through 23 and Pick up Bride the next week after that, 16 through 23. If you're following along with both books, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Otherwise, tune in the following week for the continuation of The Night and the Moth, chapter 16 through 23.
Also, I just saw, have you read any of Rachel Gillig's other stuff?
One Dark Window, and I think there was something else that I read too.
Yeah, okay, because I hadn't seen or like read any of her other stuff, and I saw One Dark Window on a recommendation this last week, and I was like, oh, that's Rachel Gillig. I really like this one.
It's good. I don't think I've read this second one fully. I think I got distracted.
Yeah. Please like, subscribe, and tune in on Wednesdays for new episodes, and check us out on YouTube for the video of this episode if you care to see our faces. We want to hear from you. Join the discussion in the comments below or join the club on Patreon to engage with other members and get exclusive benefits. How are you liking the book so far? Leave your thoughts, predictions, and theories, and you just might hear them on our next episode. Thanks for listening.